All right, let's dive right in and talk about how you can craft your very own high-quality professional cannabis lotion right in your own kitchen. And I'm not talking about simple balms or butters. We're going to create something that feels truly luxurious and is made just for you.
You know that feeling, right? You flip over a bottle, look at that super long, complicated ingredient list, and just wonder, what is all that stuff? And is it really what's best for my skin? It can make you feel a little uncertain, for sure.
Well, here's the answer. When you make it yourself, you're in complete command. You're in the driver's seat. You choose every single ingredient, you control the quality, and you get to tailor the final product exactly to what your skin needs. This is all about empowerment through creation.
So, let's kick things off with the big why. What are the real, tangible benefits of going on this DIY skincare journey? Because trust me, it's about way more than just saving a few bucks.
The benefits here are huge. First off, you get total control over the purity of your ingredients. You can also customize the cannabinoid profile. Maybe you want more CBD for aches and pains. You get to completely avoid all those unwanted chemicals you might find in store-bought stuff. And you can create a formula that targets your exact skin needs, whether that's deep moisturization or soothing some irritation. And yeah, of course, in the long run, it absolutely saves you money.
Now, before we get into the actual recipe, it's really important that we understand our active ingredients. When we're talking about cannabis topicals, we're mostly looking at two main players, CBD and THC, and they work in very different but also complementary ways.
Okay, so here's the key difference you need to know. CBD is non-psychoactive, and it works locally, right where you put it. It interacts with receptors in your skin to help manage pain and inflammation right at the source. THC, on the other hand, can be psychoactive, and it works a little differently. It influences how your brain actually perceives those pain signals. And of course, a big one, their legal status is very different, so you always have to check your local laws.
Okay, let's move on to the building blocks and see how this all comes together. Creating a stable, really elegant lotion requires a few key players that have to work in perfect harmony. So the real secret to a professional-grade lotion is creating something called an emulsion. This isn't some greasy balm or heavy butter. It's a sophisticated, stable mixture of oil and water. The result is this light, beautiful lotion that absorbs perfectly into your skin with none of that stickiness or drag. It's a game changer.
So, 3 key ingredients, our heroes, make this happen. First, you've got the Uniter, all of them 1000. It's a natural emulsifier from olive oil that basically forces the oil and water to become friends and mix together. Then you've got the stabilizer, xanthan gum, which makes sure they stay mixed. And finally, the protector, Saliguard PCG. And listen, this part is non-negotiable. Any formula that has water in it absolutely needs a broad-spectrum preservative like this one to prevent nasty bacteria and mold from growing.
All right, it's time for the main event, the actual blueprint for creating your lotion. We're going to follow a really clear 3-stage method that's going to ensure you get a perfect result every single time.
Okay, take a look. This table is your precise recipe, your game plan. Notice how it's broken into 3 stages. Stage 1 is all your fats and oils. Stage 2 is your waters. And stage 3 is what we call the cool-down phase. That's where you add your heat-sensitive ingredients. Working in percentages like this is so important because it lets you scale the recipe up or down perfectly.
You know, the process kind of makes you feel like you're in a real lab, but it's actually incredibly straightforward. You heat your fats, you mix your waters, and then you bring them together. An immersion blender is where the magic really happens. It creates that stable emulsion. Once everything is cooled down a bit, you just stir in your stage 3 ingredients. It's a really precise method, but it's totally achievable at home. Making the lotion is a huge accomplishment, but the work isn't quite done. Let's cover a few pro tips to make sure your creation is safe, effective, and lasts as long as it possibly can.
So get this, by using a proper preservative and storing your lotion correctly, you're not making something that's going to go bad in a week. No way. You've created a stable, high-quality product with an impressive shelf life of 12 to 18 months.
Following these simple rules is what really elevates your project from just a fun kitchen experiment to a professional-grade product that you can actually trust. Hygiene is everything. No fingers in the jar. Store it away from sunlight to protect those precious cannabinoids. Always label it with the date you made it. And before you slather it everywhere, just do a small patch test to make sure your skin loves it as much as you do.
You know, this really hits the nail on the head. Making your own skincare isn't just about what you have in the jar at the end. It's about the knowledge you gain, the skill you develop, and that incredible satisfaction of creating something that is perfect for you, by you.
So, now you have the blueprint. You understand the science, you have the formula, and you know the method. The only question left is, what are you going to create? The potential for personalization here is endless, and your perfect skincare is now literally in your hands.